Okay, guys and girls, it has just clicked over 12 o'clock Thursday afternoon. We are about to take off on this week's diamond training, which is something that we do every week to give people a chance to tune in, listen to some of the leaders in our business and learn some techniques and strategies that we've learned to implement over the years. So we'll get started. I'll just do one more sound check, if people can put their hand up just to make sure that they can hear me and see my screen. Christine, Amy, Dr. AJ, Faye, thank you very much. All right, guys, we'll get cracking. So today I'm just going to go through a presentation that I performed at the Melbourne conference a few years back. So I know we've got a lot of new people that may not have heard this presentation. So I've actually got it on record at the moment so we can have this saved in the documents as well. If you do enjoy it, you could pass it on to your team. So I'm going to talk about skills and prospecting. So a lot of people will join network marketing and they'll think the be-all and end-all to this business is having a good attitude, setting goals, being motivated, being excited, and these things are massively important. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here to break the bubble a little bit. They are not enough. It's not that they don't work; they're a valuable thing in your business, but they are not the be-all and end-all to your business. So you'll have a lot of people come into your business, and a lot of people will be excited. So I know personally, I've had people come into the business, they're over the moon, they can't wait to get started, and then 2 days later, they come back sooking and telling me it doesn't work, and this industry's not working for them, and they don't think they can do it. So I ask myself, why is this happening? And the answer is, motivation, excitement, all those things are great, but they are just not enough. So I use this picture. This guy he looks pretty motivated to get away from whatever's chasing him here. But if he didn't have the skill to drive that boat, he would actually fall in the water and probably die. So all I'm saying is mixing skill with this motivation. I don't know what that saying is. Ignorance is bliss. I don't know the saying, but why not have both? Why not mix skill with motivation? You'll meet a lot of people in this industry, in this business, that seem to be just cruising. They go through every day in their business, and they don't seem like they have problems, and it's because you probably don't know what they've worked on behind the scenes, the hours they've spent working on themselves with personal development and learning the basic skills, which is making their business look simple. So if you don't have skills, you'll be constantly running into problems. You'll be probably making excuses and all the things that aren't working in your business. So really important to learn the basics, and you're going to have a lot better success, and your business is going to be a lot more fun. So I love using this little example. If you were talking to someone and you're getting heart surgery, let's say you needed heart surgery, and you wanted to pick a surgeon for the job. Would it be important to have someone that's experienced, had years of success, they've had so much success, they've never failed in an operation because they've been at law school? Or is it better to have someone motivated and excited? So my point being is it's great to be motivated and excited and really looking forward to doing something, but if you haven't got the skills to pull it off, you are more than likely going to fail in this business. Here's another little analogy. So this is a bomb technician. Someone's just jumped online here. Excusez-moi. I'll just find out who's not muted. Is that Angela? Are you online? Sounds like someone's muted. That's right, Angela. If you're online, just put yourself on mute. So it's this bomb disposal expert. He's not an expert, he's a rookie. If he come in and tried to defuse a bomb on his first day of work, more than likely that bomb's going to explode. And that's what happens in network marketing. If people go out unarmed in this business and they attack the business too early before actually arming themselves with information and the right strategies, their business can really blow up in their face. I've had it countless times. People have been excited in their first day, and then the very next day, because I haven't actually trained them properly, they've gone and talked to someone in the business. They've promoted the business in the wrong way, and then they've come back and said, "Look, this is not for me." So that's why we actually want to do a little bit of training before people go out and build their business. So who really wants to be a network marketing professional? A lot of people come into this industry half cocked. They dip the toe in the water. They see what happens for a couple of months. But if you are really wanting to be a professional, and this business you've realised 100% it is for you, you've got to realise to be a professional or master anything in this life. This is roughly what it takes: 10,000 hours to master any field. So I think it turns out to be, I think it's 4 hours every day. So 10,000 hours. I can't remember the actual maths, but it doesn't matter what profession you're in. Network marketing is like any other profession. You've got to do an apprenticeship, and you've got to get good on it. You've got to work on yourself. So a lot of people don't give network marketing the time it deserves. People come in and they buy into network marketing, and they think, oh my God, I haven't made $10,000 in my first month. They get negative, and they might drop out of the business. So you've really, when you're talking to people about network marketing, you don't have to sugarcoat it. The real facts sugarcoat this business enough. If you can tell someone, look, I can help you over the next 4 to 6 years, working very part-time alongside what you're already doing. If I could help you in the next 4 to 6 years retire from your full-time job, would that interest you? When you compare that to working 40 years, 40 hours a week, for the rest of your life, that's attractive enough. So don't sugarcoat it, saying, hey, get in here and enroll a couple of new people. I was massively guilty on this when I first joined this industry. I was telling my friends, hey, look, enroll a couple of good people in your business and you could get rich. So you want to block false expectations. I tell people, I sit them down and they say to me, look, I can only put in 5 hours a week. Well, I say honestly, I said, well, if you can put 5 hours a week, it could take you between 3 to 5 years to earn full-time income. But if someone says, look, I can put every waking hour outside my full-time job into this, I can put in at least 20 hours a week, I say, look, you can earn full-time income in under 2 years. We've had people do it in 1 year, putting this kind of effort in. So don't sugarcoat it, and bringing people in is really, I think it shows people what is expected early. So the worst thing you do is give them false expectations. And I use this analogy of like if you were hiring a professional builder to build your house, you'll be expecting a great result. But if you hire a builder that's an apprentice, let's say it's their first year in building, you get them to build a house, something like this might happen. They haven't actually gone through their 4-year apprenticeship. But you hire a builder that's been around for 5 to 10 years. They're a professional. They've been through the hardships. They've built probably 100 bad houses, and now they're building houses like this. This can be like your business. So early days you're going to make mistakes. A few houses are going to fall over, but it is an apprenticeship. You're going to learn from your mistakes. Someone, I heard a quote: "There is no mistakes, only learning." So if you've got to go through that apprenticeship to be successful. Olympic athletes, they spend sometimes decades, but 4 years training for something with no guarantees. So Usain Bolt, he's probably the best athlete I've seen over the last decade, but no guarantees on winning that race. But 4 years of just ultimate preparation, training, waking up at 4 a.m. every day, the right diet, the right food for 4 years just for that that 10-second race, or under 10 seconds. So it's just important to learn the basic skills. And network marketing, if it was a university course, would be the easiest course in the world. Having a basic conversation. You could read this little convo that I love. Hey, how are you? Doing well. You? Great. You? Oh, crap. Just little basic skills in network marketing. What to say, and it's really just about having a basic conversation with someone. I can't find good people. Poor old Michael here. You'll come across people saying, I can't find prospects. Who do I talk to? Through the new age of business, social media, LinkedIn, Google. You're basically the whole world is your oyster these days. So, but it is important when you do talk to someone that you're talking to in the right way in the business. When I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, look, I can't find good people." That everyone I talk to seems to be a bad prospect or a rotten apple. So there's no such thing as a good or bad prospect. It's you create them with what you say and do. So if you're saying things in the right way, the right manner, you're being a professional, you're not going to scare as many people away. So people will react to what you do and say. So if you walked up to someone and said hi, they'd probably say hi back. If you walked up to someone and punched them in the face, they're probably going to punch you back. So people will react to what you do and say. So people are smart. Network marketing, the fastest growing industry in the world. It's probably more than likely that someone has been approached from network marketing these days than it was 10 years ago. So people have got I won't swear, bull crap meter, and they can smell a salesman a mile away. So if you start talking to a friend and say, "Hey, I've got this great business opportunity," and just sound like that annoying salesperson, you'll be putting that annoying salesman person box forever. You would have lost that person because they think, "Oh, here comes Steve. He's gonna sell me something." But if you go up and say, "Hey, how you doing? How's the family? You've been traveling much lately?" and actually be genuine in asking about them, caring about people, you're gonna have a lot better chance. So, we've all had people do this and is excited. And if you're new in the business, you might go and talk to your loved one or your family member, your husband, your wife, and expect them to be excited about it. But more likely than not, they'll have this attitude from this little psycho dog here. So as excited you are, you may have watched an audio, you may have listened to a webinar, you may know a lot about the business just from the research that you've done. You can't expect someone to be excited just because you're trying to pour hours of information that you've learned into someone in 5 minutes. So you might expect to be that, but the difference between getting lectured, if you're telling someone about your business and sitting down, they're just going to be bored, or telling someone a story or hearing your story. So I know when I'm talking to someone, I'll let them know what I'm doing, but I won't lecture them saying, "Hey, you've got to get involved in this business. This is for you. Your job's terrible. What are you doing there? You're wasting your time." And lecture them, people will just have that attitude. "Oh my God, Steve, it's enough." But if I just tell them a story, "Hey, I just had the best week. I've traveled here," and tell people a story rather than lecturing them. So build rapport, find common ground with people. As I mentioned, asking people a lot of questions. And if you're too scared to mention your business, don't. It's very, very simple. If you're too scared to bring it up, it's a great way to practice prospecting. Is just finding out about people. So you might have a friend that you're a bit of a scaredy cat, and I've got those friends. I've still had friends that I'm scared to talk to. I've been facing my fears, but you might have those guys go, "Oh, I know he's going to say no." Well, the trick I use is really just finding out about them and their personality type. So I put people into 4 categories. I've done a training on these 4 personality types, but just to go over them quickly, a shark is someone that's really a leader, money driven, and they're like a bull at a gate. Dolphins just love to have fun. Owls, they take a long time to make a decision. They're very analytical, and bears, they care more about other people than themselves. So when you're asking questions, "Hey, what are you doing for work these days?" or "Where's your last holiday?" or "How's the family?" Their responses will give you an indication on what personality types they are. If they say, "I've been on 5 holidays. I love going on holidays more than I actually love being home," and left the kids at home going on holiday. They might be a dolphin. If you ask a shark what they've been up to, I've made 20 grand last month and been just having the best month of my life. I've hit every quota. I've done 20 presentations. That might be a shark. And then so you get my drift. So if you ask a lot of questions, you'll find out what personality type they are, And that might give you common ground on how to talk to them about genetics. So if it's a dolphin, I just talk about holidays. If it's a shark, I might talk about the compensation plan money. If it's the owls, I'll give them all the nutritional information, the ingredients, the stem cells, stuff that I don't even know about myself. I'll just send them emails and they can research it. The bears, I talk about the charities that I've been helping, they've been involved with. So just ask a lot of questions and don't even bring up the business. You might find you'll put the foot in the door without even knowing it, just by asking a lot of questions. If you ask people questions, they in turn ask you questions. So as long as you know what to say and not turn on that salesman alarm, you should be fine. So ask question, listen and help. So you heard the saying, you're given two ears and one mouth for a reason. Listen more than you talk. I know when I make a phone call to someone, I'm really conscious of how much I talk. I always, if the conversation's 50-50, I'm talking too much. So you want to have a 75-25. Ask a lot of questions, let other people talk. People will get bored when you're talking about you and how good you are, how good your business is. Ask them what they want, how the business can help them. So be interested, not interesting. People love talking about the favorite subject, themselves. So I know even as a network marketer, I still find myself, I'm talking about myself. Everyone loves it, so be very conscious of it. Now, here's some simple techniques that I'll put together when you're out talking to people. So when you ask someone what you do for a living, or someone asks you what you do for a living, a lot of us will get overexcited and then you'll just pour out and spew information on them for 10 minutes and you won't even take a breath. So it's important not to get overly excited, but don't panic. So a lot of people, because they don't know what to say, they'll change what they say every time. So if you ask a builder, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a builder. It's a natural response to say. But with network marketing, people get a bit, I help others earn residual income, who then in turn help others earn residual income, and they've got a matching bonus structure, and people just go, what the hell are you talking about? They've got no idea what you do, and you confuse them, and then you've just lost that person. So now it's important to be cool and be prepared on what to say. So if my advice is, get with your enroller, get with your partner and practice. If someone asks what do you do for a living, make it come out of your mouth fluently. You don't want to get stuck on your words and sound like an idiot. So this is the response that I love to get when someone asks me, oh, hey, Bakes, what do you do for a living? And I give them a response. This is what I want them to think. Oh, really? How does that work? So if someone says to me, oh, Steve, what do you do for a living? I might say, oh, I help people make some extra income alongside what they already do. And then in turn, they might say, oh, really? How does that work? And I say, oh, look, I'll send you a video. I'm a bit busy to explain it now, but I'd love you to take a look at it. So really, really relaxed and not setting off that salesman alarm. So here's some examples. There's thousands of examples. Depending on your personality type, you might say something different. You might, I get a raise every day. I help people enjoy Mondays. Take 6 months vacation twice a year. So some of the responses you give might just create a bit of curiosity. So one down the bottom, that's product focus. I help people look younger in 2 minutes. Oh, really? How does that work? Oh, look, here's this video. I earn some extra income working from home, and then you might show them a 2-minute video. It's not something I do often. I usually talk about the extra income thing and the travel, but there's a few examples that you can use. So when you're looking for prospects, a lot of network marketers, they panic when they run out of prospects. They write their list out. It might be 50, 100, 200, whatever, how many people are. Everyone in network marketing at one stage will run out of their first list, their warm market list. So network marketing is about adding people to your list daily. And I recorded a training video yesterday about hitting a daily quota. I personally want to bring in 3 new connections every day. This doesn't mean I have to prospect them and talk about Gen S at all. Yesterday I had a guy selling brochures out the front of Mitre 10. I got a conversation. Oh, what do you do outside this? Do you do this as a full-time job? And he talked about his university degree, but he's just doing this to earn some money. I said, oh, would you be open to looking at an extra income stream for this? Oh, sure. I've added him on Facebook. This was just yesterday. a guy at Mitre 10, he was helping me find some plumbing stuff, and just asked him a lot of questions. Oh, what do you do outside here? You've got a family. So that was two, and I got my third one on Facebook. I actually got some more later that last night. But if you ask 3 people a day, how many people a year would that be? 1,095. I did use a calculator to work that out, but there's prospects everywhere. Everyone in the world is a prospect. Everyone wants something more out of life. There's something that they want. So it's about asking questions and finding that hot button. Not everyone's the same. So if you're going up to people saying, "Hey, do you want to earn an extra $10,000 a month?" That's not going to work for everyone. Some people might go yes, but more often than not, they might just want extra time with their kids. They might want an extra holiday. They might be already a millionaire, but they're working 100 hours a week. So they don't want $10,000. They want time, because time is more precious than money. Another simple technique, elevator pitch. So if someone might ask, what do you do for a living? You say the how, a problem, and then a solution. So some examples might be, well, how some people don't have much money at the end of the month. I help people earn a bit of extra income to help them with that problem. So you have a problem and a solution. So that's really the simple way to look at it. There's some examples. So I forgot about this presentation. So there are many people that struggle paying their bills. I help people with that problem. I left that one there. Vicky, you should have taken that one out. There are many. She's laughing in the other room, I think. Do you know how some people want to look younger forever? Yeah, well, I help people with that problem. So, creating a good prospect. I mentioned that there is no such thing as a good or a bad prospect. It is what you do and say that will create that person to be a good or bad prospect. So, when you're talking to someone about what they do for a living, ask yourself right now: would you think it's smarter to talk about the positives or the negatives of their job? So if they were an accountant, would you say, "Oh my God, that would be boring as hell, sitting there, adding up numbers all day, working with nerds?" And sorry if there's any accountants out there, that's not what I think of you. But get my point. Or would it be smarter to talk about the positives of their job? Now, let me tell you, it is a lot smarter to talk about the positives. So like this night here, when you badmouth someone's profession, their livelihood, what they do to make a living, they will defend it with honor. So they'll come out with all guns blazing and say, "Hey, my job's not that bad. I'm working with." It always creates an argument. So the best thing you can do when someone talks about what they do for a living is pump it up. So arguing in the right way is people to have a conversation is people arguing. If people agree on everything, the conversation is over. So what you do for a living. If someone says, "Oh, I'm a nurse," instead of saying, "Oh, that must be the worst job in the world. How do you get out of bed? Wiping babies' bums all day and looking after old people. That's terrible." She'll defend that job and come out blazing. But if what you say is so positive, you go, "Oh my, a nurse, that's one of the best. I heard that's one of the best jobs in the world. You get to look after babies. You get to deliver babies. You look after people. That must be so fulfilling." And I hear nurses, they earn a lot of money, and the nurse is sitting there going, "Oh my God, I've had the worst day." And then they'll argue against what you say. "Oh no, it's nothing like that. It's I've had to wipe these babies' bums, and actually the pay is not that great." And then that's a simple foot in the door for you. "Oh, really? The pay's not that great? Well, do you keep your options open for earning extra money outside this? What you do?" "Yes." "Oh, look. Well, I'm involved in something that may be able to help you out." So see, it's just less salesy, and by asking or saying the good things about her profession, it makes her bring up the bad ones, and that's a foot in the door. So a teacher, I won't go through all the examples, but a teacher, instead of saying, "Oh my God, a teacher must be a drag, kids are annoying, you've got to draw on those boards, terrible," you'd say, "Oh yeah, a teacher. I heard teachers are one of the highest paid people in any profession, and you get to look after kids. Kids must be so adorable to work with." She will automatically say, "Oh my God, no way. Teachers get paid absolute donuts from what they deserve, and kids are annoying, and yada yada." So by bringing out the positive, so that's just a few tips. Actually, I remember putting this one in. So even that someone that works in a toxic waste dump, so they handle toxic waste for a living, instead of saying, "Oh my God, that's dangerous," blah blah, you'd say, "Oh, that's a great profession. That's a great profession to be in. You get to work with that toxic stuff all day, and then you glow in the dark at night, so you don't waste as much electricity at home. And you get paid a lot of money." So that's for any profession. There's you can put a positive spin on. That's a bit of a bad example, but whatever. Start conversations. So technique 4, the easiest way to lead into your business is, and finding that opportunity to put your foot in the door is just starting conversations. So when someone has a profession, I've mentioned a few there. If they're a teacher, when you're not teaching, what do you do in your free time? So that's just asking a question, because obviously, when you asking what you do for a living, sometimes you're going to know what your prospect does for a living. They might be actually doing it while you're talking to them. So I had a real estate agent over today. I know what my friend Matty does for a living because he's my real estate agent. I could ask him a simple question, and I'm going to do this. Actually, I know him pretty well, but hey, Matty, I know you're a real estate agent. You're the hardest working people I know. But what do you do in your free time? I know you've got a lovely family, but what do you actually enjoy doing most? So that's a very powerful question, because it might lead into something that they're passionate about. And if you can help people do more of what they're passionate about, they'll listen with open ears. So if they're passionate about their kids, and I know Matty is, that might be a way to bring up the business. Real estate agent, I've said that. A car salesman. I know when I just bought my new car, I asked the guy, "Well, what do you do when you're not selling cars?" And he mentioned he just moved over from overseas. He's looking for extra income. And it was just bang, a perfect foot in the door just from that really simple question. Cab drivers, who's got in an Uber or a cab lately and not talk to the cab driver? That's so simple to bring up. Hey, do you do this full time or part time? Do you keep your options open for earning additional income that won't affect driving cabs? Actually, what we do would be easy for you because you've got people coming into your business every day. So there's little tricky ways you can bring up the business without sounding like that annoying person. A masseuse. Masseuse, do you do this for full time, or you got something else happening on the side? That's me on that table there, by the way. Not even flexing. That's not me. Recruiting professionals, as in someone that's got a professional career. They might be that real estate agent or something like that. That's simple question. So write that one down. Do you keep your options open in terms of making money outside what you're currently doing? So a simple question. I heard Aaron, our diamond, doing cold calls to real estate agents the other day. Just that one simple question. So do you keep your options open? And you sound a bit silly. No, I don't. Someone's going to not want to say, no, I'm not going to earn. I don't want to earn additional income. It just makes them sound like not very professional, because everyone would say yes to a little bit of extra money coming in. So, but the only way to learn is through experience in this business. And a lot of people will train themselves to death. They will aim, and keep aiming. So they'll go to meetings, they'll listen to this diamond training every week, but they won't implement any of the training. So my challenge for you today is get out and I talk to 3 people a day. Get out and just talk to one person today. Get on Facebook, ask someone what they do for a living. And obviously, you might want to build a bit of rapport first, and you might be on Facebook. You might meet someone down at Mitre 10 like I did. But I challenge you today. Go out and ask the question. What do you do for a living? Or just ask people questions. Find out about them. So, if you want to learn how to swim, you don't read a book. So you don't listen to these trainings all day and every day and not go out and implement what we're talking about. So you jump in the water, and we've got these systems, and you've got mentors, you've got people guiding you to help you. So it is scary, but the only way to learn is jump in there. Team up with someone. It's a lot more fun actually teaming up with someone and having someone to work with. So. Working alone is scary. So you can imagine this skydiver. Look how happy he is because he knows he's got support. If you're supporting your people, they feel like they can basically run through brick walls. But if you jumped out of a plane by yourself, you didn't have someone helping and guiding you, you would absolutely be packing your DAX. Now, another simple technique is the takeaway. I mentioned we all have those friends that you just know are a little negative Nancy. So don't even ask them about the business. If you know they're going to cut you down, some people you give a gold nugget and they'll tell you it's too heavy. If they're one of those people, just go in with this one, the takeaway. I know what you do. I know what I'm doing is definitely not for you, but do you know anyone that's sharp and loves making extra money? So that person, they're going to go, hey, Steve's not even asking me to do it, and I'm sharp and I love money. They'll ask that question. What is it? Oh, look, no, mate, it's not for you. Just give me 3 names. And the more you take it away from people, the more they want it. Oh, look, I'll send you the video, mate, but watch it in your own time. But I'm looking for people that just want to say yes. So the takeaway approach works really well, and if you're there, looking into the business and answering objections is a huge thing. So a lot of people will say, "I haven't got time. I haven't got money. I've got kids. Whatever." All the excuses under the sun. So if you're thinking there, if you want to know how to answer every objection, who does it? I can't actually see anyone. I'm talking to myself in the lounge room here, but this works a lot better live. I can see some hands. But my big tip is Google. So get out and show some initiative and get on there. Whatever you're not good at, everyone's good at different things in this business. I know for myself, I couldn't do public speaking for 5 years. I didn't want to get up in front of it, so I started Google how to be a better presenter. I'm still not that great, but compared to 5 years ago, I look like a master compared to what I was. So but everyone's different. People that are not good at prospecting. Most of my information here I found off Google. I've Googled how to do it. I've been referred to CDs. I've ordered stuff online. It just leads you down the path of learning, and it leads you in the right direction. So if you're not good at something, instead of you might ask one person about, get on Google. You've got information from the best in the business for free most of the time. So I Googled that, how to answer every objection you'll come up against. I actually Googled that sentence. So you could actually type that into Google now, and I got a 90-minute clip from Eric Worre, who's one of my favorite MLM trainers, and I still use that, or how he answers objections. So you got to lead people to the answer. So if someone comes to me and says, "Hey, where's the Monday night webinar link?" When I was a rookie, I used to copy paste. I'd go in, copy paste the link, send it to that person. I was doing that for heaps of people. So never give your downline the answer. Lead them to the answer. I'll ask them, "Hey, don't you know where you've actually been given the email with that link in it? Can you remember where it is?" Or, "Hey, look, I've showed you where to find that. Go back to the training." So I've used that sort of analogy. Teach a man to fish, and he can eat for a lifetime. So I don't read the whole thing, but you get the drift. So go to trainings and research. The leaders have got dozens of books that they can recommend. I've got a lot of my information from Eric Worre GoPro, which is a really easy read. I got the audio, only goes for 3 hours. I had it in my car for a whole year, traveling back and forth for football to Bendigo. I learnt so much from that audio. Now, how do you motivate your team? If you're sitting here thinking, "Oh, my team, I've enrolled five people, they haven't done anything," and you've stopped enrolling because you want to motivate these guys, don't do it. That's my massive advice. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. You've given them the opportunity, training, run with the runners, walk with the walkers, don't sleep with the sleepers. So meaning you might enroll 5 people, you might have one that's just going through all the training, they're doing everything right. That's the person you should spend 95% of your time with. I've got a massive belief that everyone has 100% motivation themselves. If you're giving motivation away to people, you drain yourself. So I know early days, I'd enrolled about 20 people in a couple of months, and I was giving every person a little bit of motivation. So I was handing it out equally. And what that did was absolutely drain my motivation. When you're working with someone with 100% motivation, you've got 100% motivation. It doesn't drain you. So run with the runners basically means work with the ones that are willing, and your business will be a lot better. So concentrate on the ones that are having a crack. I can't remember when I put that in there. I love this quote, so I had to put it in there from Rocky, one of my favourite movies. It's not about how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. So you will take whacks in the face in this business. You could go out and I listened to Simon Chan, who's got a podcast. He spoke to 42 people about his business before he got his first yes. Now he's a multi-million-dollar income earner, one of the best trainers in the world. But 42 people he spoke to. A lot of people might speak to their husband, their wife, their best friend. They get 3 no's and they quit. So it's about taking the hits early and preparing your team to take some hits, but pushing through that adversity early. So the last I'll finish with, every master was once a disaster. So all these success stories down the bottom, those at one point in time of their lives, they were nothing. Michael Jordan got cut from his varsity basketball team. So all these stories, I've put myself there. Not that I'm a master, but I just thought it'd be funny. So all the massive success stories have a hard luck story to start with. So it's about improving each day, going through the training, but implementing how to do something. So that's about it. Any more slides? Oh, there we go. Anything is possible. Dream big, guys. All right, thanks. That's the diamond training. I'll turn off the recording